We are living in such an odd timeline because men no longer want to be with beautiful women. They want to be beautiful women themselves.
Thinly veiled homophobia and transphobia once more. But I watched her video, and my thing always with this is there are some things where it makes sense that men want that women have. Like she mentioned going on a date with this guy, and he wanted to go to some sort of club, like it was like his dream to go. And she's like, oh yeah, like I've been there on a date before, it's overrated. And from what she said, it kind of sounded like he started to hate on her over that. Is yes, it's one thing to be jealous of certain things that women have access to, but if you're going to mistreat women based off the fact that they have that access to that thing, that's a bit much, obvious. The general concept of, oh my gosh, man, men wish they were women because he wished he could go to a club for free, that makes sense. That's not some ridiculous, that's not like a white person telling me they wish they were black so they could say the N-word. You know what I mean? Like women get free stuff sometimes. That's pretty cool. Who wouldn't want that? It's like just the notion that you as a woman, you like these opportunities. You like the opportunities of, you know, going places for free, getting things for free. Like that's great. And you can have those things. You can enjoy them. But the concept of you not understanding that someone else would also want that is a bit out of touch. But again, like I said, if you're a man and you're like harassing women over the fact that they get stuff like that, then you're being weird. You know what I mean? But I feel like the topic isn't approached with any nuance, which what can I expect from the internet?
I use this guy's clips a lot. He appears a lot on my For You page because he makes so much sense. Like, I feel like that's another thing that we started to lose on the internet, like just making sense. Because he adds so much like real life context where, I've heard a lot of women say they would love to walk outside at night and not feel scared, right? That is a societal problem. He wanted to go to a nightclub for free because girls get in, they come in for free, and there's something inherently problematic with that system unto itself. Because like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean they get to come in for free? Like, why is that a thing for them? And when you start to think about it, it's like they will let the girls in. They'll let the pretty girls in for free because they know they're using them as bait for the guys who will come in hoping to meet the pretty girls and spend money. And I think that is exploitation of the wildest degree. And because it's like thinly veiled as, oh, here's something for free. People just don't think about it. It's like, because for me, I've always thought that was a bit strange because I was like, why do the chicks get to go in for free, but I have to pay? Until my mom, the goat, the legend, said something so profound. She was like, if you see something that's free, the product is you. You are being sold. You are the one who is being sold. When you buy, and I remember growing up, crazy story about me. Growing up, my mom never let me have any sorts of fantasies. I remember on my home planet, there was this thing where you'd get a pizza for it happened on Tuesdays where you'd buy a pizza and get one for free. So I remember walking home with two pizzas in my hand. I was like, "Oh, mom, isn't this so cool?" And my mom was like, "Let me teach you about economics." And that day, my hope and my goodwill in society and capitalism died. She was like, "If you break down the cost that I paid for this pizza, you'll find that I literally paid for both of them." Just at different percentages. The percentage split is like 90-10, but it's still there. And I was like, why? So it wasn't free? And she was like, absolutely not. Nothing is free. Nothing is free. And if you find something that is like inherently free, the product is you. If you see someone giving you something for free, they're selling you, not the product. And I was like, what? Mama, why? Why would you tell this to me? I am just a child. But yeah, childhood story aside, that unto itself is inherently problematic. But going back to what this guy was saying, there are certain advantages that are given to both sides, which either side looks at enviously. Like, you cannot believe how many times I wished a young, strapping man would help me lift my groceries into my house. But because I am, in fact, the young, strapping man, I had to do all of it on my own. And I was like, bro, this is so much work. I don't want to do this. I wish someone was here to help me. But They don't, because they're like, oh, you're a guy, you got it. But then the amount of times I've seen like the reverse being true for the other gender, for women, where like they'll be lifting something heavy, and hell, I will be compelled to be like, hey, that looks like it hurts. I should actually do something to help that person. It is my solemn duty as a good boy. But yeah, that's besides the point. There's so many, it can go either way. But then, like he closed off saying, the moment you turn it into a thing where it's like, no, but then why don't women help me when I have to lift the groceries into the house? Whoa. The moment, and I remember saying this to someone else in real life. I was like, both sides have issues, but the true war began when one side claimed that their issue is worse than the others. That's when people started to lose sympathy and empathy for each other, because it kind of snowballed out of control. We could have just literally said, we both have issues. We'll start off fixing yours, then we'll fix mine. And in that way, they would be balanced. But no, humanity is not allowed to have the fictional concept of balance. You can't have none of that. None of that. You're supposed to have injustices, and it's supposed to really suck for you because you're human. And I'm like, oh, okay. But anyway, like and subscribe.